Super Smash Bros., a series that's endured since 1999, has been a hugely successful franchise for Nintendo. Now in its fifth iteration, does the series still have what it takes to keep fans coming back for more? Let's find out in the Gaming Retro Review of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Series vets will feel right at home, as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate basically plays the same way as previous games. You have your standard and smash attacks, as well as 4 different special moves that each character can use. The main objective being either to knock your opponent off the screen, or in stamina battles, to deplete your opponent's health to 0. For options on defense, you have a shield or a dodge move that can be used either in the air or on the ground. Opponents also have the option to grab you while you're guarding. A desperation move called the Final Smash can also be utilized either by filling a meter or acquiring a Smash Ball, causing huge damage to all your opponents or a single opponent on the screen. This creates an interesting rock, paper, scissors style dynamic, which has always been a series staple. Many different new and returning modes offer plenty to do in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Classic mode makes a very welcome return, in which the goal is to defeat your enemies in a series of increasingly difficult battles, and to do as well as you can in each battle to increase the intensity in order to increase the rewards you're given, and reveal more of the mural painting on the wall. This arcade style mode is different for each character, offering their own individual challenges, as well as each one having their own trophy to unlock, giving you plenty of motivation to come back and explore the mode with different characters. And while Classic Mode is definitely a welcome addition, one thing that the last version of Smash Bros. Sorely lacked was a strong single-player story mode. Luckily, that situation is remedied with the newest addition to the game, Spirits Mode. Spirits Mode is a basic single-player story in which you're trying to save the universe from a godlike creature called Galeem. As all the warriors are fighting in a large-scale battle against hundreds of master hands, Galeem unleashes a massive attack that envelops all the warriors in pillars of light. And as they all try to fight and escape, they're all ultimately defeated and the universe enveloped by this light. Even Solid Snake's mighty cardboard box was no match for this attack. Only one of these warriors was able to escape, perhaps the mightiest of them all, Kirby, on his Warp Star. As Kirby escapes and lands on the last remaining planet, it's up to you, the player, to rebuild your army and defeat Galeem. As a result of capturing all the warriors except Kirby, Galeem was able to create multiple copies of them, known as puppets, that are controlled by other captured spirits. One of the main jobs you have in this mode is to recollect all these captured spirits, of which there are almost 1,300 in all, as well as unlock the rest of the playable warriors to fight alongside you. This is accomplished by way of a large RPG-like world map, complete with dungeons to explore, characters to unlock, and multiple puppets to fight against in different kinds of battles with varying rules. And one of the most interesting aspects of Spirits Mode, each battle has different rules that you have to overcome in order to be successful. These rules can range from anything to fighting giant enemies or multiple small enemies, to having floors covered with electricity or lava, or having the environment shift or change around you in some way. After winning these battles and collecting spirits, they can then be used to assist you in battle in various ways. For example, some spirits may increase your magic power, punching power, defense in certain situations, or protect you from environmental hazards. Each spirit has their own attribute assigned to it, either attack, defense, grab, or neutral, and can strengthen or weaken your team depending on the spirit type of the opponent that you're fighting. These spirits can also be trained in Doc Lewis's gym to increase their level, or study under various masters that you find throughout the game to increase attributes like speed or attack at the expense of decreasing others like defense. These spirits add yet another rock, paper, scissors style dynamic to the game, as the selection of certain spirits for certain levels or characters is very crucial for your success in many situations. Additionally, another wrinkle is added in the form of a sphere grid-like system called the skill tree, in which you can unlock additional skills to help you in battle. Things such as removing the penalty from dodging multiple times, increasing attack or item strength, or defense, all help assist you in getting through Spirits Mode. They can, however, be turned off at any time should you desire additional challenge. The large variety of scenarios that you'll face opponents in also encourage you to try many different types of characters as you play, as certain characters may not be as well suited for some levels as others. All of these elements add much needed variety to the gameplay in what could otherwise become a stale experience after a certain time. One disappointing aspect to the Spirits Mode is the lack of a more fleshed out story. And aside from the opening scene and a few smaller ones peppered throughout the experience, what we get here story-wise is a fairly limited offering. And with all the characters from various worlds and different franchises that they bring together, it would have been much more exciting to see something deeper rather than a generic universe-saving plot. Especially when you see how much trouble they went to recreate franchise worlds from different characters such as the Street Fighter one you're seeing here. But besides the somewhat disappointing story, Spirits Mode is a fantastic addition that will add dozens of hours to your gameplay experience. Besides the classic and spirit modes, there are a few other gameplay types that round out the experience. Besides the other standard modes, you also have Century Smash, All-Star Smash, and Cruel Smash, which are all essentially Horde mode style battles in which you have to fight multiple opponents at once. With Century Smash having you try to defeat 100 Mii fighters one after the next, All-Star Smash having you try to defeat 25 regular characters in the game, and if you really want to test your skills, Cruel Smash, in which you have to fight much more difficult versions of Wii fighters. And once again, you also have the ability to customize a Wii fighter, either a brawler, swordmaster, or gunner, giving you a few different looks, costumes, and moves to choose from. Speaking of characters, easily one of the best features in the game is the absolutely staggering number of fighters that are available, as every single character from every Smash game to ever exist has made it into this one. If you're counting, there are a total of 77 characters in the game, 69 of which are unique, and one a current DLC character with more to come. And while not all characters are winners such as the Wii Fit Trainer or Villager, almost everyone will find a few characters that they like playing as. You start off with a very small number of characters, most of which you have to unlock by playing the various modes in the game. This gives it a sort of old school feel with not everything being available from the outset. It can be thrilling once you finally find a character you've been wanting to unlock for a while. And as always, each individual character is faithfully represented, with very unique movesets specific to each fighter. And while there aren't a ton of new fighters, the current roster with more on the way gives the game plenty of depth. Over the years, this series has seen many small tweaks, with many of the fighters being balanced and rebalanced over and over again through time. Purists and tournament players will no doubt want more balancing to be done as time goes on, but there's still enough balance here for anyone to pick up the game and enjoy it. The music in the game is absolutely stellar, with tons of remixed and original tracks, spanning decades of past and present Nintendo titles as well as other franchises. Nintendo and HAL Laboratories have done a great job making you feel the nostalgia for these different franchises as you play, with tracks running the gamut from original old school tunes to remixed versions of older and newer tracks. The graphics, while not receiving any type of significant upgrade over the last Smash Bros., still do an excellent job of representing the characters in various environments, even if it can be hard to tell what's going on the screen at times with all of the chaos. Finally, online mode also makes a return, giving you the option to do a quick play, which is mainly comprised of a series of 2 vs 2 or 1-on-3 battles in various maps. Do a battle arena with more specific rules, or simply spectate. You also have the option for solo play, or co-op battles where you can fight with a friend. Overall, the online play seemed to run fairly smoothly, with little lag, frame rate, or connection issues. There were some problems getting disconnected from some battles, but it seems to be one of Nintendo's better online experiences. Nintendo's online infrastructure as a whole could always use improvement, but I didn't experience too many problems here. In summary, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate earns its name, and is currently the most definitive entry for the series. With Classic Mode making a return, and the robust Spirits Mode being added to the mix, along with its massive roster of characters and other modes, gives gamers plenty of value for their money. And while the actual story in Spirits Mode is somewhat disappointing, and some graphical assets and music are recycled from past games, making the game in some ways feel like a smaller upgrade rather than a true sequel, it still gives gamers hours of content and plenty to sink their teeth into for a long time to come. So if you've never played Super Smash Bros., now is a great time to get on board.